Hi, I'm Dr. Lanisha Robinson, your host for Career and Technical Education, #Build a Future. Working as a career coach with the Classrooms to Careers initiative, this show highlights how educators and business allies are closing the skills gap across various industries. In this episode, we'll explore how Lucie Public Schools and our community partners are connecting students with real-world opportunities through the Global Logistics and Supply Chain Technology program at Treasure Coast High School. So welcome. Please go ahead and introduce yourself. We'll start right here.
Good morning. My name is Burnay Lott. I'm the Global Logistics teacher at Treasure Coast High School.
Hi, I'm Jordayne, Jarrett, and I'm a senior at Treasure Coast High School.
My name is Julien, Romero, and I'm a senior at Treasure Coast High School.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. So Jordayne and Julien, as current students at Treasure Coast High School, please share with us your experience in the Global Logistics program.
I say it's very something like to learn something new, that's for sure. It's definitely taught us to be more confident and learn something new about, for example, warehouses, boxes, forklifts, just to teach us to be more on time, more time management, of course. I don't really know much else to say, but definitely something new to learn, and it's definitely beneficial for the future.
Yeah, it's definitely taught me a lot about the real world industry and knowledge on like future careers and jobs, and especially while having Ms. Lott as my teacher. She was a good help with introducing the program to me since I've been in there since my junior year, but it's pretty beneficial when you want to have a steady job in the real world.
Okay, and Ms. Lott, if you don't mind adding on to what they were mentioning, just give us a little bit background about the actual program itself.
So Global Logistics is more than just a class. It's a program that is set up to help students understand how warehouse operations take place in the real world, but we also bring that experience into the classroom environment.
Okay, and then for our community and anyone that's watching this show, can you explain why is it important to have global logistics at the high school level and not wait until like college or trade school or apprenticeship?
The importance is that students are going to be able to learn not just real life experiences, but also career skills such as communication, teamwork, and time management, professionalism, all those skills that we need in the workplace as well as in the classroom.
Okay, and if we were to shadow like you and maybe come into your classroom one day, what exactly will we see your students be doing on a day-to-day basis, or even whether it's projects or even lab work?
So mostly we do a lot of real case scenarios where students take a real scenario that has happened or that may happen in a warehouse environment, and they're having classroom discussions about it and kind of working through to help how would they solve this, what type of skills would they apply to it, and it always based off of what lessons that we are covering that week in the classroom.
Okay, so Jordayne and Julien, can you tell me about what are some of your favorite projects or hands-on activities you all have done that actually helps you to fully kind of grasp what global logistics is all about in the real world setting?
I would say my favorite project that I did in the classroom was when we had the forklift simulators and we were able to use it and operate like we were actually in a warehouse, picking up boxes and seeing how all the controls worked with the machine.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely teaches you like precision and safety. It definitely is like more realistic, and it's like it helps you obviously for the real world, and it's like just really realistic on what you would actually do at a warehouse, where you put the boxes, how to control it, like with the joysticks, all of that stuff.
Now, is this a career that you are thinking about in doing in your future?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you all want to do?
Well, I want to be a manager at one of the operations, like distributing, telling them where to put the boxes, and really controlling it. Because when I got my job, that's kind of what my manager was doing, which also helped me understand, like, I already had pre-knowledge about the ASNs and the shipment documents and the freight bills because of this class.
Nice. And where are you working now, if you don't mind me asking?
DSW.
Okay. All right. And so working there, do you feel like you mentioned, you're actually learning about it in the classroom and you're actually able to apply it and now using those skills right there with your current job?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. And what about you? What would you like to do in the future?
I'm gonna be doing fire school, but after high school, I like to go straight into warehouse because the benefits and obviously the money's good. But I feel like since I'd already have my certificate because of Miss Lott, I'd already have some knowledge to start and already get like some type of knowledge of what I'm doing, where like how to use machinery, be better at that, and already have some type of knowledge for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you all both feel like as students that it's important to have exposure and to the tools and technology now while you're in high school before you even get out there?
Yeah, I think that's very important. It gives you a head start above everybody else.
Okay. So Ms. Lott, how do students gain on-campus experience or industry-related experience in your classroom?
Some of the most important, I would say most important thing that we use is our simulators. We have a forklift simulator and a crane simulator where students are able to learn how the forklift operates and how the crane operates inside of the classroom, so that they are able to take what we're learning in the textbook and apply it on the simulators for real life experiences.
Okay, so you have an actual simulator in your classroom.
Yes.
What are the kind of like high technology or tools that you actually are using that's actually right there, that they actually use at the college level or even in industry?
We actually have a lab set up where the students are able to kind of go through as if they're simulating that they're in a warehouse environment, where we set up a receiving station, and from the receiving station they're able to take the documents that they have and go over to our mini warehouse that we have set up and pull the items from the list. And once they pull the items from the list, they're able to move it over to shipping, where we pack everything and kind of get it ready to be shipped out. And they're able to simulate that process. And then we have platform hand trucks that they're able to use as well. So just an overall mini warehouse inside of the classroom.
Wow. So with all that technology and everything right there at the student's disposal, do you also offer industry certifications for them?
Yes, they're able to receive a certification called Certified Logistic Technical, which basically focuses on warehouse operations.
Okay. And then could this certification be used for students if they decide, hey, I want to work while I'm going to college, or I want to be able to use this certification to get a job right now while I'm still in high school? Is that possible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And what kind of jobs are out there that can help students like to explore? Let's say if they have that certification, what kind of jobs could they get?
They can apply at Walmart distribution, FedEx, Coca-Cola, Amazon, any of those big businesses or local businesses that have logistics operations.
Okay. Now, have you all earned your certifications yet?
So far, yes. I have the CLA and I'm planning on passing the CLT.
Nice.
Same here, yes. I finished the CLA.
Okay. All right. And then, so as you kind of mentioned already, just kind of reiterate that, what kind of careers are out there for students that are interested in global logistics?
Okay, so we do have our pre-apprenticeship program where students who, if they want to participate in that, we align them with businesses where they can go into an apprenticeship. They can also apply for positions as a logistics associate or warehouse associate, or go right into college with that certification as well.
Okay. And then earlier on, I believe even your students mentioned this, that you're working with them on 21st century employability skills, skills, work-ready skills. What kind of skills do you actually teach in the classroom with your students?
We work on communication skills, professionalism. Teamwork is really big, and we highlight that one a lot because it's very important to work as a team effectively. We also focus on time management and just overall communicating with each other.
Okay. And then as students, how have these skills helped you all out with your current job and future employment?
Definitely social skills, because when I first started my job, like I was scared like to talk to people. Like I was at the register, I'd be nervous looking down. But then like Miss Lott's really social, so when I talk to her in class, like I get more confident, and like it definitely transitioned to my real job and just in a big impact, like in a big way.
Okay. And then for this segment, before we move on to our next segment, can you all tell me why is this program vital to not only to our students, but also to our community?
Well, I think that I mean, in today's world, everybody's always ordering things using their technology, and so the real work actually comes from the people inside the warehouses distributing to those people, and of course the management that they're under, which helps them work better and more effectively to get the shipment to the customers. So I think that people always use big companies, but sometimes they can overlook the people who are actually doing the physical work in the warehouse, which happens to make everything work.
And then, is there anything for any parents, future students who are considering this program or even this career? What kind of, I guess, message would you send to them or tell them? Is there anything that you'd like to share with them?
I would just say logistics is everywhere. It's in everything that we use, from planning and coordinating a wedding, the logistics in that, to the warehouse, like Jordayne just mentioned, with making sure that your package from Amazon got to your door. Before it gets to your door, it goes through a process from it being bought from the material, the raw material company, going through the process of getting to the door. So logistics is just the overall importance in everything that we do.
Yeah, I would say just give it a try, because there's always something that you can learn from it that will help you somewhere else in the world or whatever job that you are interested in, because you can grasp something from it, especially just for work. So you can give it a try.
Yeah, there's always going to be some type of work in logistics. It's always a good job opportunity, and there's like crazy benefits. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you all so much as we transition to our segment. All right. All right. So as we've seen, the Global Logistics and Supply Chain Technology Program is preparing students for real-world success through hands-on learning and industry certifications. But how do these skills translate into the workplace? Let's hear from one of our business partners who helps make these opportunities possible. So we have Ms. Lott and Ms. Moore with us for this segment, all right? So Ms. Moore, please go ahead and introduce yourself to us, please.
Sure, my name is Dawne Moore. I'm the Human Resource Manager for the Walmart Distribution Center in Fort Pierce.
Okay, and then what exactly do you do? What is your role, your background with the Walmart Distribution Center?
Sure, so I started my career 31 years ago. June will be 31 years as an hourly associate. I started in Statesboro, Georgia, my hometown. Moved into management, transferred to James City County, Virginia, and then opened this facility 21 years ago here in Fort Pierce. My role is I'm the Human Resource Manager. I'm responsible for almost 900 employees, associates, around 77 leaders. The rest are hourly associates.
Wow. So that's a tremendous story, because you're actually, we just talked about how our students saying, hey, I want an entry-level position. And then you're basically a living testimony of how you started from entry-level and you worked your way up to where you're basically overseeing employees. You are at the top. So, wow. So congratulations to you on all your success. All right. So just enlighten us a little bit more about Walmart in general. What exactly, with Walmart distribution, who do you all supply to and to whom? Because oftentimes our students who are in this program, they're like, well, Walmart, all I know is what's around me, what I see in the store in Fort Pierce or Port St. Lucie. Can you enlighten us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So our building, we are a door per store. We have distribution centers throughout Florida. We go as far as Melbourne, Titusville area, all the way down to Miami, Florida City area. So we supply all those stores, super centers, and neighborhood markets. And then we've got other distribution centers within Florida that supports the other facilities or the other areas in our Florida district. So.
Okay. All right, and then I know for myself, working as a career coach, meeting with other students from all over our district, I know when they're saying, hey, I want to work at Walmart Distribution Center, the main question they always ask are, what are the requirements if I want an entry-level position? Do I need to be 16, 18? You know, what are the requirements for that?
So for the distribution center, the requirement is 18 years of age. You just apply and you come in.
Okay. And so, Ms. Lott, how do you work with our business allies, such as Walmart Distribution, and bringing them to your classroom or even making that connection for your students?
Well, we have several ways. One of the most important ways, or I don't want to use the word important, but one of the ways is our advisory board. And so through the advisory board, we are able to set up guest speakers to come in, and also virtual presentations so that the students can have time to just, interview with that company or organization and be able to ask whatever questions they need to ask.
Okay. And then for both of you, how does this connection and this collaboration, this working together, how does that actually help your students and help future employees with basically engagement and career readiness?
I think it's very important from a talent pipeline into the industry. When you have someone with the knowledge of what we actually do, it kind of helps them come in to be able to go straight into work, right? There's training that needs to be done, but they have that knowledge base that's very, very important in today. So.
Okay, and I know Ms. Lott was mentioning, and her students were mentioning previously, how they have like simulators in their classroom. Do you feel like that's actually beneficial for you thinking about your future employees, and why?
Absolutely. Whenever we're hiring, we bring in a candidate, we're having to show them what we do in our facility. With this program, it allows those students to be able to see exactly what we're doing. So when we bring that student in, or that candidate at that time, they're able to see it in real life. So they've practiced on it in the simulation world, but then they're actually able to apply that to the real world, right? And so it allows us to be able to have that pipeline into our industry.
Okay. Can you give some examples or provide some examples of what type of careers are out there available with Walmart distribution?
So we're currently hiring. We're always hiring. We have really good turnover rate in our facility. However, we do have needs. So we're currently hiring for unloader loaders. We're currently hiring for order fillers. We do have equipment drivers that we're needing. And that is a big need because a lot of folks don't have that. So that's the needs right now. We also have mechanics that's going to be a huge need for us. So, yeah.
Okay. And then when you look at not only Walmart distribution, just in general, why is it important to have distribution centers? Why is it important to have global logistics? Why is that important and vital to our community?
I think it allows us to be able to provide everyday low cost to the consumer from end to end. It allows the product to get to the shelves fast so that the consumer can afford that product. And it also, whenever we have supply chain in communities, we're able to get outreach, get out into our communities and give back. That's one of the things that Walmart prides ourselves on.
And then also from your perspective, why is it important to connect with our high school students so soon, or even as early as sometimes, or even our middle school level? Why is that important?
Sure, the pipeline. We've got to get that pipeline filled, right? And we need those individuals that understand supply chain, understand logistics and what we're about. When I first started with the Walmart, I thought about the store, right? I didn't see all the opportunities Walmart has. And so, having that knowledge is very critical to our success, regardless of where you're at.
And then, so Ms. Lott, what benefits have you seen, even with your own personal students and, with your own perspective, the benefits of collaborating with Walmart and other businesses that are out there right here on the Treasure Coast?
The students are learning, so their understanding for what they're learning in the classroom, they're able to see it in real life, so that it's a deeper understanding for them. So they're not seeing, okay, this is just textbook learning. This is actually how it's working in this facility.
Okay, all right. And then when we talk about, earlier on we were speaking about like alliances and collaboration. Why is it important to have that business and St. Lucie Public School connection together?
Once again, I think it's our kids are our growth, right? The students are our growth in the world. So we want to make sure that we're connecting to provide them those opportunities. There are students that may not want to go to college, right? And so this gives them an opportunity for a career. So it's very important for us to connect, to be able to share those experiences and what's offered, right? Because whenever you're that senior, like those two students were, once they graduate, then what? This provides them that opportunity to see what's actually out there for their career. So.
Okay. All right. And then for either one of you, are there any final thoughts or messages you'd like to share with our future students, our current students, our parents, and community that's viewing this video right now?
I would just say that logistics is so fun. I've been doing logistics for 20 years, or over 20 plus years. And once you get into it, like Jordayne said previously, you learn so much that you just want more and more and more.
I can piggyback off of that. When I started with Walmart, I was only there part-time. I was going to make money to go back to school with, and I'm here 31 years later. The growth, the experience of it is really remarkable, and to see the product get from one place to the other is also encouraging. The one thing that I would say is that if you're a student, please take advantage of this, because you never know what that opportunity might bring you. For the parents, have your associates, or I'm sorry, your students, your kids get involved in it. The soft skills that's needed, right? The teamwork, being on time, those things are important regardless if you come work for a supply chain or not. So I would say that it's a great opportunity for them to learn those soft skills that's needed.
Okay, all right. And then if they want to learn more about what Walmart distribution, like careers opportunities that are out there, what could they do? Like, what would be the first stop?
Sure. If they would like to reach out to myself, Victor Melendez is my HR office manager. They can go to walmart.com/careers. I can partner with Ms. Lott here, and those names can come to me, and we'll be glad to have them take part in it. So I do want to share, we did have a couple of students that did come work for us. We had one student that I remember that came in, he was very shy, came in, I partnered him with an associate as a mentor. And that associate flourished and did really, really well in the program. So, and was able to make a really good career choice. So, the opportunities are there. So, yeah.
All right. All right. And Ms. Lott, if anyone wants to learn more about global logistics and supply chain program at Church Hills High School, how would they learn more about that?
They can go to our school website, and up under academies, click on global logistics, and they'll find all the information there.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you.
From classrooms to careers, today's episode has shown how Lucie Public Schools and our allies are building futures one student at a time. Whether through hands-on training, certifications, or community collaboration, these programs are shaping the next generation of skilled professionals. Thank you for joining us today.